Friends, this is Wendy Pope, and this is Read Through the Word. It's August 26th, and I hope you're doing delightful today. I like that word, delightful today. Looking at, we're introduced, starting into the book of Lamentations. And, you know, I've always called Ecclesiastes gloomy donkey Eeyore chapter. Woe is me, and Lamentations is a woe is me as well, but it's definitely lamenting for a different reason, a completely different reason, not someone that's lost sight or doesn't know sight of the purpose for life, which the writer of Ecclesiastes goes through that. And Jeremiah is lamenting over the lostness of his people. And as I sit here, and this really isn't where I was going to go with our lesson, but there are people that we know, all of us know people who are lost. Maybe they are saved, but they've lost their way. But then we know people who are lost from Christ. They don't know Christ as Savior. And I wonder, do we care? Are we concerned at all that we have family members, people in our people are lost and going to hell and are going to face the judgment of God? That just hit me as the camera turned on, and I was thinking of all the years that Jeremiah put into the work of trying to turn the hearts of the people of God with the message of God, and not one conversion. So certainly he lamented. But shifting gears, what I want to really talk about is considering what we consider. You know, the older I get, the more I realize when I was younger that I just lived frivolously, didn't consider anything. And in Lamentations 1:9, Jeremiah says that Israel, God's people, really gave no thought to her future, their future. And that's the way I lived my life. Just really not thinking much about it other than, hey, I wanted to be a teacher, I wanted to be a wife, and I wanted to be a mom. And those are great things, but I didn't really consider my relationship with Christ. I went to church, I did church things, I was involved in church, I had that put in front of me all the time. But I did make decisions that were thoughtless. And that truthfully, if those bad decisions had not been intercepted by a compassionate and sovereign Lord, my life would look completely different. Consider means to think about carefully, especially in order to make a decision. What truly is my future as a believer? Of course, heaven is, and I was asking myself these, so I put my own answers down. Do I think carefully about heaven when making decisions in my comings and goings? I don't sit and ponder on it, no. But I do know that I'm guided by the Spirit of God and trust that decisions that I make, though I might not sit down and ponder and consider carefully every decision, that I'm guided by the compassionate and sovereign hand of God. But there are decisions that I truly probably need to give more attention to, the heavenly influence that this decision or that decision might make. And I'm in the middle of one of those right now, actually. So this is a timely message for me. What I do now will have rewards or consequences. And what I do now will draw me closer to God or pull me away from Him. They did not think about their future. Do you think about your future? That old saying, fly by the seat of her pants, going whichever way the wind blows. I don't want to be like that. I do want to be carefree. I do want to be living life to the fullest, but not as the world would have me live, truly as a child of God and a daughter of the Most High. I want to consider and make good decisions. I want to be thoughtful about the people that are in my life that aren't saved. I want it to bother me to the point where I make decisions that would benefit them. I put 3 different translations for Lamentations 1:9. I'll let you ponder on those. Quite interesting, especially the Message. Oh, and the Amplified. Yeah, that Amplified one, it's a little graphic. But consider what you consider. Take care. We'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.